Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Michael and today I'm back with 5 tips for your iPhone, and hopefully when you leave this video I have taught you at least one new thing that you haven't heard before. I see a whole bunch of YouTube videos and articles online telling you 30 and 40 and 50 tips for your iPhone, and those are just regurgitated tips. It's information that you have heard a million times over before on the internet, and whenever I make these videos I want to give you guys fresh information that hopefully you have never heard before. And when you leave this video, like I said, hopefully you have learned at least one new thing. So let's go ahead and get started without any further ado. The first tip is in Safari. It's not just in Safari, it's in any application that has a share sheet. So let's say I want to share apple.com and I want to create it into a PDF. I would bring up the share sheet and the create PDF option is right here. But out of the box, the create PDF option is hidden all the way over to the right. And as you saw right there, it's very easy just to pick up these options and move them as you wish. So just like on your home screen, the way you can rearrange your apps on the home screen, you can rearrange your sharing options whenever you pull up a share sheet. So I have done this in the Photos application also because I constantly save photos from wallpaper apps and from Google Images that I want to use as the wallpaper on my phone. And I think out of the box, the create a wallpaper sharing option is hidden all the way over to the right in the Photos application. And all you have to do is pick it up and drag it and bring it to wherever you want, and it makes it a lot easier whenever you want to perform that action. So tip number 2 also has to do with rearranging different options to how you want them. So if we open up the Wallet app here, most people don't know that you can actually rearrange your passes and your cards in Apple Wallet. So if I just click and drag on triangle rewards here and I bring it to the front, you can see here I just brought it to the front, and it's as easy as that. Most people think that you'd have to go into the wallet settings and change whichever default pass you want it to be. It's much easier than this. All you have to do is click and drag. Something that is really cool that you can actually do with Apple Pay when you're rearranging your cards is whichever card is on top will suddenly become your default card, which is really cool because this before required you to go into Apple Pay settings and change your default card. But now that you know this tip, all you have to do is click and drag on the credit card that you want to be your default and bring it to the front. Now I only have one Visa card here in my Apple Pay wallet, but if you have multiple cards, it is really easy to click and drag and make it your default card. And you will get a push notification in the Wallet app saying that this card has been changed to your default card, just so you know when you go to make a payment, the card on top is going to be the one that will be charged. So tip number 3 is in the camera, and I found this out a few years ago when I was on vacation. I saw a guy taking a picture of a statue when I was out on the street, and he was holding his iPhone kind of strange, and he was in panorama mode, which was a little bit weird. But I found out that you can actually use panorama mode in more ways than just left to right. So when you open up panorama mode, you may think that this is the only way to use it. You click take photo and you move your iPhone from left to right. But actually, you can use your iPhone and go down to up or up to down and take a photo of a tall statue or a tall sign, whatever you want. All you have to do is start your camera like this and then just move your iPhone upwards, and it'll take an elongated photo of whatever object you wanted to capture. So that is really cool. You don't just have to take wide angle landscape photos with panorama mode. If you want to take a photo of something really tall that you see on the street, you can also do that with panorama. So the next tip is inside Messages. Now this is a feature that Apple unveiled way back in 2016, I think, with iOS 10, and it has to do with iMessage bubble effects. So there is one bubble effect in iMessage that actually serves a double purpose. So if you're sending something really sensitive through iMessage, such as a password or a credit card number, and you just want to add that little extra layer of security just to make sure that that number is hidden, it's very simple. All you have to do is type out whatever message you want to send. I'll just send hello. 3D touch on the send button, or if you don't have a phone that supports 3D touch, just press and hold. And we are going to send invisible ink. So I think Apple showed this off when they were debuting iOS 10 as a way to send like a love message or something, but it's actually really useful if you want to send something that has sensitive information, like I said, like a password or a credit card number. And you can reveal the message simply by swiping away the little particles there, and it will show the message. But what's really cool is it will eventually go back into that hidden message right there, as you can see. So I will zoom in my camera just so you can see it a little bit better, and I will swipe away the particles. and it will say hello. And if we wait a few seconds, it will go back into a hidden message, which is super cool. So you can see it for a few seconds, but as soon as that time expires, it will go back to being hidden. This is a really cool tip, and I use this more than I actually thought I would. So the last tip, number 5, is a really cool one-handed feature that you can use to zoom in much faster in Apple Maps. So as you can see on my home screen, I don't use Apple Maps as my default Maps application. Like millions of people out there, I still prefer Google Maps, but there are a few cool features inside Apple Maps, and I can definitely see why people choose to use Apple Maps as their default Maps application. I know they had some issues back in the day with iOS 6, but now Apple Maps is really perfected, and I actually like some of the features that they have inside the application, especially this one that I'm about to show you right now. So if you double click and then drag up and down, you can actually zoom into the map with one hand. This is really cool. I don't know if Google Maps has support for this yet, but it's a super cool tip, and most people think that you have to zoom in with 2 fingers to get anywhere on a map, and that just isn't true. All you have to do is double click, and then you can zoom in with 1 finger. So a really, really cool tip. Go ahead and try this. I think Apple could add this functionality to a whole bunch of different places around the operating system. Hopefully we can see that in iOS 13. But yeah, guys, that was tip number 5. Again, like I said, hopefully you learned at least one new thing in this video. If you liked this video and you learned something new, drop a huge like down below. Also comment down below telling me what your favorite tip was. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Michael, and I'll see you in the next video.